back to the pain game, and yeah, this one really puts the pain in pain game, because that was a painful watch, mate. Fuck me. Mike Tyson, at 58 years old, loses to Jake Paul. It's just so wrong, isn't it? It would have been wrong a decade ago, but it was bloody really wrong. It was sad. It was sad seeing a man who used to fly around that ring, brutalizing anyone who would stand in his way. In there with a kid who... Yeah, I've been a supporter of Jake's boxing career up till now, but this is something I just can't fuck with, as you know. A kid who couldn't lace the fucking boots of Mike Tyson, you know what I mean? And he's just sort of having his way with him, playing with him. Just sad, because Mike Tyson was really a great fighter. And as Jake rightly said, he was very fortunate to even share the ring with him, but, like, he doesn't deserve it. Like, if we're being brutally honest, you know, in terms of ability... Jake didn't deserve it, but he got there through business, and I get that. For people like me who value what boxing is supposed to be about, right? The reason I had a whinge about Tyson Fury not fighting the best that time, I care about competition. I care about fair fights, and there was nothing fair about this. It's not what boxing's about, is it? It's about two fighters of similar ability, training really hard, finding out who the better man is. They're not of similar ability. Mike Tyson's one of the most gifted fighters ever created. Jake Paul... Who knows how good he is? He fought one actual boxer and he lost that fight. We don't know how good he is. That's up to him to prove. Because he's certainly not done it last night, has he? And everything I said about this fight coming into it was unfortunately proven true. And I wanted to be wrong. Mike Tyson had a youthful, energetic, athletic style. There's some heavyweights who are just 6'6", big long reach, and are just powerhouses. They don't need the same level of athleticism to close the distance and whatnot. They rely on other things that take longer to deteriorate, such as size and power. Mike Tyson relied on speed, reflexes, quick feet, quick hands, pure athleticism and explosive energy. And that's one of the reasons why Mike's candle burned so bright, but burned out quickly. And this is why I couldn't understand people who are getting swept away in the mystique and the aura of Mike Tyson. It's like, did you not watch the end of his career? Because you go back, he was done a long time before he actually retired. So I don't know where this belief came from, that a 58-year-old man could cheat medical science, like, and all of a sudden, you know, perform the way he used to. I get the pad videos, but I said, he's not having to move. The pads are right there. The pads aren't hitting him back, and they're really close to him. And I pointed out that the fact that towards the end of his career, in his second last fight, he blew his knee out then, and now he's training with a knee brace on. Not to mention the fact we've seen him in a wheelchair at an airport not long ago. How on earth is he going to have the legs to do this? And people who train boxing, even if you've never done it at a high level, just like me, just low-level shit, you realise when you start training boxing, oh shit, it's not just about these, it's about the feet as well, just as much. If you can't travel to the destination, then your delivery system is worthless. And even as limited as a boxer as Jake Paul is compared to the talent of Mike Tyson, he's 27. This should never have happened. Mike's legs look like fucking Joe Biden in there.
Those are the words of True Geordie representing the pain game. And let me counterpunch. I have to agree with True Geordie. I think, honestly, Mike Tyson morally should have never been in there. But I also realize something that people don't mention. When Mike Tyson, when his channel on YouTube, you know, Hot Boxing with Mike, and he brought all these celebrities and rappers and, you know, actors on all over the place. And he made a comment about the Pauls, like, dude, I would destroy them easily. I mean, yeah, and you know the crazy thing about that? I believe that would have happened at that time. Like, him saying that at age 54 versus 58. 54, he would have either dropped Jake or knocked Jake out at 54 years of age. Just simply based off it's 54. 54 is closer to 50. 58 is closer to 60. Okay, so, you know what I mean? Even 55. No, he's closer to 60 at that time. So, like, time flies quick, right? It waits for no one. Father Time waits for no one. It comes knocking. There it is. Open the door. Ta-da. Father Time. Okay. Now, at that point, I think that pretty much people stifled, they archived that particular conversation based off media. Like, I can whoop him easily. I do that easy. Right. And then it was almost like, okay, well, hey, Mike said he could do that. And then what happens with Mike? Mike's immoralized anyway. So people just thought like, hey, that guy at 54 will always stay that guy at 54 based on what he was still able to do at 54, not 58. Especially not a guy that almost died with 8 blood transfusions and some shit that's going on with his leg. And shout out to True Georgie with saying this, that no one thought about, and no one even, I didn't think about at least, that the airport incident, the airport visual of Mike Tyson. The dude was in a wheelchair for a reason. Okay? And that might have been when his legs were blown out. He was not in a wheelchair because he was great at walking. Something had to be wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? Something had to be wrong with this guy. So, yeah, his knees were gone a long time ago. And all we did was look at a guy and get oohed and awed over a guy that still knows how to use his muscle memory and hit the pads. I'm pretty sure what I just did, and I am nowhere near 58, what I just did, just this here, just this here. I guarantee you at 58, I'll be able to do that at least for 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Right? You do that, cut. Hit, cut. Hit, cut. Right? So, yeah, I think that would be something that's doable or something believable, like, oh, Kurt's coming at 58. Bro, it's 58 years of age. You know, and it was sad to see based on what we already know, but based on what we already know is the reason why people were angered at Jake. Jake used the name for fame. You know, he did something that probably a lot of fighters couldn't do. He was able to do. He was just good enough from a guy that's that diminished. We just thought that, hey, he's moving up in weight. He won't be able to take the punch. Mike Tyson will be able to use, even with his diminished skills, be able to still beat Jake Paul because he's forgotten more than Jake Paul will ever know. That's true. But what has he lost? What has he diminished to? That's what you ask yourself versus a guy that's 27 and 28 that actually is learning things about the sport. Understand that. It's not just, hey, you know, I just got a good beard and a punch. No, he's learning from guys, and I think he's determined to do certain things. But he's also not an idiot because he stayed away from Mike as well. So don't get it twisted. He wasn't foolish. Understand, his balls got a little smaller in there with Mike because he knew he could not let him hang. Why? Because he might be picking himself off the canvas with someone that is 58, because that would have been a disaster for Jake. Bars. Okay? So I think, if anything, Mike Tyson was a shell of himself. Like I seen from a very good friend of mine, shout out to Miss Beverly. She said he should have never went in there injured, and that's exactly what I said about Mike. If you were going to come in at 58 years of age, at least have everything possible working properly in order for you to succeed. Not something injured. You're not Maximus Aurelius coming in after you got stabbed by the crooked-ass chicken shit emperor, right?
That makes us brothers, doesn't it? Smile for me now, brother.
You want to have everything at least working for you to do what you could potentially do at 58. That's my only debate. Bars. But you guys tell me what you think of True Georgie breaking it down from Jake Paul, saying it was one of the saddest things in latest history to watch. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.